the proponents of BBI are having rallies in Western Province. In Western, we have the Oparanya and Eugene are having rallies. They are contravening the rules of COVID-19. But I want to remind them, the 9th president of Burundi, Pierre Nkurunziza, when the whole world was ready to fight for COVID-19, everybody brought up measures on how to attack COVID-19. Pierre Nkurunziza gave a deaf ear. He was the first one to be hit in Burundi. The first death in Burundi on COVID-19 was Pierre Nkurunziza's death. So I ask them to be alert. You may have the system to protect you. Some people are having a rally of 15 people. Boni Khalwale had a rally of 15 people, but he was tear gassed. Okay. But they are having mammoth rallies. If you see a rally where my good Senator Cleophas Malala had on Saturday in Edwin Sifuna's home, it was a mammoth rally. Cleophas Malala was escorted to the podium with a mammoth crowd. Nobody had even a face mask. Social distancing. Social distance is very hard to adhere to. Meaning that then if you're BBI compliant, you're good to go. COVID-19 if you're BBI compliant, you're good to go. The security forces will protect you. Okay.
Yes. I must say, that position held by my brother, Fred Muka, is at best very simplistic. To say that people who are BBI compliant are above the law. No one is above the law. That's what happens. Especially by the reading of the Constitution Kenya 2010. Secondly, I heard him talk about the chairman to the Council of Governors, and he pointed out that that happens to be his governor. Yes. So it is therefore clear that issue of sibling rivalry and Vitaya village mates must have found itself to Ebru TV. No. But be that as it may, we must say that Mgala Muwen Hakimpe. Yes. The government, both county and national, are entities that have been mandated by law to tell us the state of our preparedness. And they've come out to tell us that 15 counties, to this extent, have complied. So that if you have to dispute that, you must come up with data and say that this is what the government is saying, and this is the data that have obtained independently, and this is the state of the affairs. So that the rest of us, if we want to know which one to rely on, possibly would then either go to the ground to verify or take judicial notice that what the government has said should, carry some weight because that is a credible institution. Okay. Yes. Even as you mentioned that, then, the expression that you have made and the account that you have given out, no one is above the law. Yes. The Constitution is the most supreme. Certainly. But do you think then that the government is at some point playing what appears to be turning a blind eye on those who support the handshake cause and who can conduct a congregation with no regard for COVID-19 guidelines, security agencies taking no action, while on the other end, those who are perceived to be the opposition to the handshake, chased away or their congregations broke up by security agencies. Therefore, where do we draw the line here in terms of wanting to have a uniform approach to the COVID-19 guidelines and a government that must adhere to itself, to the guidelines itself? One thing is that there are people who have embraced politics of hooliganism as a way of gaining political currency. And one of them is a man I used to respect called Dr. Boni Halwale. Long before COVID came, you remember Boni Halwale in Kibra hurling stones at police officers. So that today, Halwale, for lack of an ideology to push, because of course he went to a camp that suffers from ideological bankruptcy, the video was doing rounds when he was attempting to pour water on a police officer. Those are people whom, if the law then takes its course, then they are quick to say that the government is playing favorites. Maybe the government is playing favorites, because if anything, I do not hold brief for the government. But I remember when Senator Sakaja, who happens to be pro-BBI, flouted the rules, I think he was arrested, he was charged, and he has not, the government didn't play favorites. And if anything, he even resigned from his chairmanship of the COVID-19 Senate Committee. Okay. So I don't think that the government is playing favorites. Correction before this one goes home. Yes. This gentleman has said, Wakili, you said that people play politics of hooliganism. Yes. You've also said in your own words, yes, that there is no favorism. Yes. I will tell you for a fact, everybody in this country supports BBI. Everybody supports the handshake. However,
it has been crafted in such a way that there are people who are more supportive to BBI, there are more people who are supportive to the handshake than others. Okay. To an extent, they are forcing people to say no to the handshake, they're forcing people to say no to BBI. There is no part of this country that supports politics of hooliganism than a place you come from.